Hi, this is Trey Pastor. Welcome to my review of episode 4 of season 2 of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay, this episode starts with the priest driving up to a church. It looks like it was burned, it was a fire, but of course, a priest greets the senior priest, and he tells him, "Listen, it's a miracle. Thank you for coming." And he said, "Let me see the miracle." And then he shows him the miracle of painting, the fire that got at the church, but a painting survived. And of course, it's like, I think it looks like Virgin Mary. And then he said, "But look, there's even," he said, "Okay," he said, "let's get publicity so we can publicize this, to raise funds to rebuild the church." And the priest tells him, "Listen, there's something more." And he flips it over, and of course, it's that freaky Cree writing. I'm calling it Cree writing, even though they don't say it's Cree yet, but alien writing that Coulson has been doing and stuff. So then there's a part. Then we switch to the beach scene where you see the snarky British guy. I forgot his name, but he's on the beach, of course, flirting like mad with the secretary that we find out later, secretary of a big donor who's having a party, and he basically, kissing her, he slips in her bag and hands her thing to a passing guy who's on a bike, and she gets to make phony invites, right, for Coulson and Agent May, who go undercover to this party to get this painting. Okay, to get this painting, because of course they want to see the alien writing and stuff. And of course, they run into who do they run into at this party? Agent Talbot, of course. And Talbot is actually not quite as ornery as he normally is, and basically, sorry for that quick edit. Something happened, but anyway, yeah, not Agent Talbot. It's I guess it'd be General Talbot. It's not as ornery as he normally is. He's actually getting quite drunk, and I think Coulson promises, and they say, "Let me do what I got to do, and then and I promise I'll give you more until in the future." And he, I think he even says something about all the intel we've been giving you has been helping really advance your career. And then, of course, that makes Coulson and May, since they know Talbot, to say they want to move up their timetable to sneak down and get the painting that they want. And they actually have May flirt with the owner of the house, Soto, I think that's the name, who's home on the party, and Coulson takes pictures of his eyes to get his retinas, and he breaks down into the set where the painting is supposed to be, but actually the painting is not there. Actually, Talbot has the painting, okay, and then later we find out that Talbot is not Talbot. Talbot is actually the British guy who's working for Dr. Whitehall, who we saw in the last episode, and the Nazi guy who's still alive, which they haven't explained yet, but apparently he's still alive. And of course, Agent 33 last week, that was the girl that got, I guess, complied with, that they were torturing to get her to comply. She's working with the British guy who works with the Dr. Whitehall, and they hijack Agent May, and knock her out, and have her. They have this face, because we find out first when Talbot is not Talbot when he takes off the face effect. I guess this technology that alters his face to look like Talbot, and then they use that same technology on the girl, Agent 33, so she can look like May, and then she goes with Coulson, who she tells Coulson, "Listen, Coulson is Talbot's going to make a deal. He's going to give us the painting, okay?" And of course, Coulson sees something is different. He doesn't. And actually, before that happens, she goes back to the bus with Coulson and tells him that Talbot is agreeable and they're going to meet him. And she actually plants this bug on the bus to actually sabotage the technology, and basically the plane starts malfunctioning while they're in the air. And anyway, back to Coulson and the May is driving to a location where they're going to meet Talbot, the fake Talbot. But and let me interrupt one more time. March Sons of Anarchy. Sorry for that second interruption, but no more interruptions. Sons of Anarchy went off. Okay, so I'm good. I think I left off with the fake Agent May and Coulson. After the fake Agent May put I guess, device onto the bus, which is basically going to disable all disable all the electronics on it, of course, send it crashing. Of course, and also I forgot to mention that Fitz is still talking to the imaginary Simmons, and she's trying to encourage him, I guess, or he's trying to encourage himself, if you think about it, because May, that's not Agent Simmons there. He's trying to encourage himself to open up and talk more to the other agents, engage more. Okay, she's trying to get him to do that. Anyway, the fake Coulson, well, not the fake Coulson, fake May and Coulson are driving to the meet with the fake Talbot, where Coulson's, was trying to tell her earlier, the real Agent May, that she needs to come up with a plan in case this alien influence that he has over himself, where he writes the strange alien Cree writing, in case something happens to him and he ends up like Garrett, Bill Paxton's character from last year. If he ends up like that, she needs to make a plan, to take him out. Okay, and she kind of, the real Agent May doesn't want to talk about it, but Coulson, who thinks he's talking to the real May, when he's talking to the fake May, says he's trying to encourage her to come up with a plan, and then he said, we should drink this over coffee. I think he suspects, of course, that this is Agent May, and he said we should talk over coffee. She said sure, and then that's how he knows this is not really Agent May. It's the fake Agent May, and they start having a fight, and the real Agent May is tied up with the fake Talbot, who's taken off his fake face. He's the British guy. He's working for Dr. Whitehall, and the Nazi guy. Anyway, while he's torturing May, May manages to actually break out, and then I guess two fights happen at the same time. Coulson is fighting the fake May in the hallway, and the fake Talbot, the British guy, is torturing May, and she manages to break out, and knock him out, and then she breaks into the, they break into the, she comes out into the hall, and then she has to fight the real May is going to fight the fake May. Okay, well, Coulson doesn't knock out the British guy, the fake Talbot guy. He's chasing him. I think he chases after him. Anyway, so you have a great fight where you have Agent May fighting the fake Agent May, which is actually a pretty good fight. Anyway, what happens next? Oh yeah, the bus. Fitz snaps out of his psychosis, actually, and with the help of the snarky British guy, they manage to avert the plane, crashing. So they manage to save the plane. Nobody dies on the bus. Okay, and I think what happens next is that they knock out the fake Agent May. Okay, and take off her phony face. And then the snarky British guy, I think he gets caught. I'm trying to remember. I think he gets away. Does he get caught? Oh, he gets knocked out. Anyway, the painting. I think the painting doesn't. They said the painting gets destroyed or something. I think, which I don't think happens because that's alien. But I think that's the story they say. I think I might have got that part. But I remember Coulson saying that when he was talking to the real Talbot, and telling him, how, we met the fake Talbot and everything else, and then of course the real Talbot, this is the real Talbot because he's being an ass. He said, "You keep talking, Coulson, so I can track you." And then of course he cuts off the connection. Okay, and then then Coulson has a talk with the real Agent May again and says, "Listen, you really do got to come up with a plan." And then May says, basically, "Listen, I'm not gonna, if it comes to it, I'm not gonna put a bullet in your head, Phil." She basically tells him she's not gonna do that. Okay, and then we switch to Raina. You see her, she wants to head to Miami, okay, for that painting with the alien writing. She heard about the church, the church fire, and I think the painting survived. I think they just told Talbot that, but I think the painting survived. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this again because I can't remember that part of it. But anyway, Raina, she's, the last we saw her, she was talking to Sky's father. And with the omnibus, I think that device that the Nazi Dr. Whitehall is looking for. Anyway, she said she's talking to someone on the phone. She said, "Listen, I got to get myself to Miami Beach and see if I can get that that painting." And then she gets in the car. Of course, there's somebody sitting in the back of the car, and who else is it? It's Dr. Whitehall. He's sitting there with and a couple of his goons get in the car with Raina, and he basically tells her, he puts a device on her palm and says, "Listen, I can," he basically tells her how he used to experiment on people and how he kept a woman alive one time for 24 hours, just experimenting on her. and he's telling Agent Raina, I want the omnibus back. I'm going to give you 48 hours to give me my, the omnibus back. Okay, and last we saw Raina with it, she was with Sky's father. So maybe Sky's father has it right now, but he basically is giving her 48 hours to find it and to bring it to him, Dr. Whitehall, and that's how it ends. This episode was pretty good. Like I said, they had a little, May and Coulson dancing, which is a little corny, but it was okay. But I like the parts where they get Fitz to snap out of his psychosis, where he's talking to the fake, imaginary Simmons, and I did like the fight between May and the fake May. I thought that was pretty good. And that was the Agent 33 who was getting tortured last week, and they forced her to comply. So that was a good fight with them, with Agent May fighting the fake Agent May. That was good. But overall, just about an average episode. I mean, they did kind of advance the plot a little bit because now you know that the writing on that painting has been around for, I think they said over 500 years. I think that's what they said. So the aliens thing has been around for that long. And I'm just waiting for the reveal that Sky is Kree and he's part alien. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. So I'm going to give this episode a 7 out of 10. Okay, let me know what you think of this review. I'm sorry about the interruptions. Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this review, with the interruptions, please hit the subscribe button down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.